Hello there, this is Sarah from EcoTours, and this last week we've really seen the black bears start to come out, mainly feeding on the berries. Now that the service berries are starting to wind down, we're seeing the hawthorns and the choke cherries, the snowberries, the rose hips come out, and our sightings of black bears has increased dramatically over the last week. Black bears are a North American original. Grizzly bears are a variety of Ursus arctos, the same bear that you get, the brown bear that you get in Europe and Asia. But black bears are a bear that evolved here in North America. One major difference between the two is the short, curved claws of the black bear that allow black bears to easily scale trees about as fast as a raccoon can. Grizzlies, with their long claws, 2 to 6 inches long, find it very difficult, though not impossible, to climb trees. Typically, when we see a dark-colored grizzly, a lot of folks will call that a big black bear, and when people see a brown-colored black bear, they'll call it a grizzly. Grizzlies come in a very dark brown, a black, and sometimes the lighting can make a bear look darker than it actually is. Black bears in this ecosystem, about 50% of our black bears have brown fur. So you can't use the color to tell one species of bear apart from another out here. You want to look instead at the shape of the body. A black bear is going to have a smaller head with big ears and a nose that comes straight out from the face. A grizzly will have a big old round head with small ears, a big hump where their shoulder muscles attach. Now black bears will have a hump too, but it's going to be small. That's just their shoulder mass. And black bears, of course, do have shoulders, but they're going to look significantly bigger on a grizzly bear. A grizzly typically has a bit of a dip down its back, and then the rump is about the same height as the shoulders, although this time of year, as they're entering hyperphagia and fattening up, both species of bears can look pretty round. So look for the long claws, the round head and big shoulder mass on a grizzly bear, and then the smaller head and the short claws on a black bear. Grizzlies are a relatively recent arrival to North America, along with their close cousin, the polar bear. But black bears have been here a lot longer. Black bears split off from the Asiatic black bear around 4 million years ago and have been in North America ever since. When they started to colonize North America, there were no grizzly bears around, but there was another bear, perhaps even more fearsome than the grizzly, the American short-faced bear. And this was a long-legged, fast, predatory bear that felt more home in open areas. Perhaps one of the reasons why black bears kept their ability to rapidly climb trees was to escape the predatory short-faced bear. And today, in the Greater Yellowstone Ecosystem, they still use their tree climbing ability to escape grizzly bears. If you look at the front claws of a black bear, they're going to be short and hooked compared to the long front claws of a grizzly bear. And you can assume that a black bear will climb a tree about as fast as a raccoon can, even an adult bear. The black bear's ability to climb trees and habitat in deeply forested areas typically leads to less defensive attacks against humans than we see in grizzly bears. Grizzly bears generally prefer open habitat. In fact, their preferred habitat historically was more the Great Plains than the mountains. Grizzlies are found in mountainous areas today because it's the last place in the country where we can kind of tolerate having grizzly bears. But originally, in the 1800s, when Lewis and Clark first came through this region, they found the greatest concentration of grizzlies in the open areas. Black bears, on the other hand, are usually found near forests, and so not only do they have the ability to climb trees to escape danger, they also live in a place where they can seek cover and get out of view much more quickly than a grizzly could.